Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I am going to talk about Scrum meetings. Scrum is a type of project management method, and I found it very useful when running teams. It gets everybody on the same page. You increase your communication levels, which we all know is super important within any industry, but especially in architecture and engineering firms. So I hope you find this valuable and you start to implement Scrum into your teams, your meetings, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, so Scrum. What is Scrum, first of all? So Scrum is a project management methodology. There's a book out there called Scrum, the art of doing twice the work in half the time. And what this allows you to do is to, again, increase your communication across your entire team, get everybody on the same page, and effectively be more productive, which is what we all want. So how do Scrum meetings work? Well, the way that I ran them was you call a meeting every day at the same time. So, Monday through Friday for me and my team, it was at 9:15 a.m. I had 9 to 10 guys reporting to me, and we went through what initially was 3 questions, but by the end of it, we were doing just one question that everybody answered, and we got through this meeting in 10 minutes or less, pretty much every single day. So I ran this with a team that I ran for 18 months, and no meeting really went over 15 minutes. Most didn't go over 10, and that's with 10 guys. So the 3 questions, if you read the book, is what'd you do yesterday? Right? What'd you get done? What are you going to do today? And what do you need help with? Right? Those are the 3 questions. And so ultimately we started that way, and it kind of got to where, hey, what are you going to do today? Right? What's your goal? What's your game plan? What are you working on? What are you doing? And we went through each and every guy in the department. And then we collectively, I asked everybody, like, hey, does anybody need help with anything? Right? As the department head, I just want to make sure everybody had what they needed to do the job. And that's how I ran it. So with that, we increased communication, and we did it at 9:15 every morning. And this was for a couple of reasons. So I had a few guys, again, like we didn't have like set hours necessarily that anybody, was coming in the office. So we had some guys, there was a couple that were in the office at 7 every morning, right? They were the early guys, and that's what they did. So they were there at 7. There were a few that came in at 8. I got there between like 7:30 and 8:30 pretty much all the time. Just depending on what was going on and travel schedule and all that kind of good stuff. Sometimes I was there at 7, sometimes I was there at 9. But on average, between 7:30 and 8:30 is when I came into the office. And then we had a few guys with traffic and lived a little bit from the office, got in around 9. So I figured, hey, you're typically here at 9. It's enough time to go get some coffee, right? Turn on your computer, get everything kind of set up and going in the morning. And then, 9:15, we have this meeting. So it was a conference call, which today you could do Zoom or whatever. But we just did it on a conference call line so that no matter where anybody was, they could call in. I did plenty from the road, where, you just call in, report in, and, we went through everybody. We were across 3 offices really. So 2 offices and then a guy worked from home. And with that, we basically, were able to increase transparency across what each office was doing, what the guys were doing. If anybody needed help on a big project, we'd go through everybody on the team. And then for that big project, like if there were some guys that just couldn't help out, right? They had their own project to do. They were up against the deadline. Like we'd end the meeting, right? Once everybody got through their piece, figure out who needed help. Okay, hey, these are the 3 guys that can help this other guy on his project to get it out because it's massive and he just needs help to get it done. Okay, so everyone else, you're dismissed. Here's the 4 guys that are available right now to help today on this project. Hey, lead guy, it's your project. What do you need help with? Hey, I need somebody to do fire alarm layout or lighting, or hey, can you take a look at the one line and make sure that that's done? I'm going to work on, going through all the meeting minutes from the owner to make sure that we've picked up everything. Cool. Got it. Right. you do this, you do this, you do this, dismissed, right? It's a 5 minute, 2 minute deal. Everybody has their kind of marching orders, if you will, and we can get projects, taken care of. The guy got help. The other people aren't twiddling their thumbs all day. And this allows for clear communication. Then when we come back tomorrow, hey, where are we at? What do you need help with? What are you working on? What do you need to do? And then this allows us to effectively communicate across the entire department to where, that project could get taken care of. If they need help, they can get help. If they need, someone else needs help, right? Hey, I can jump in now that we got that settled, right? These other two guys that, had some wiggle room in their stuff can help out, right? We can shift around versus, so again, let's say that meeting takes 10 minutes on average. So you have 50 minutes worth of meetings a week, right? So just under, let's just call it an hour. So you have an hour a week of meetings with the department. You do them every day. Everybody's on the same page every day. If something changed in the afternoon, right, of Tuesday, you can handle it Wednesday morning, right? It became pretty straightforward for everyone to like get on the same page, and we could do that. We did that every day. Versus, most firms do and have is they have their standard Monday morning meeting or Monday meeting to get everybody off for the week. But something happens Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, whatever. You now have to call another meeting with the department to then get everybody back on the same page versus handling it, every morning. You have just a higher cadence of communication through your department. I found it created really just good camaraderie with all the guys across the department. If we had some bigger topics we needed to cover, I was cool with bringing everybody in. We would still have, video conferencing and stuff like that across the departments, so everybody be on camera and whatnot, and see each other. We did that, usually once a week as well. So we maybe had a longer, Monday meeting if we had more stuff. But usually, even if we got on video conference, it would take 10, 15 minutes. Like we still didn't belabor any points. It was just so that you could physically see each other. And then again, it made everybody feel good, connected, and part of the team. So if you're not running Scrum meetings, again, the questions are, what'd you do yesterday? For a job site, that actually might be really good, right? For progress reports, all that kind of stuff. Like, hey, what'd you do yesterday? You could run this with your foreman out on the job site. You could run it with a project team, right? So within A&E firms, your project team, you can call a daily meeting with your architect, like every discipline, the lead for each discipline. Hey, what are you working on? What do you need help with? Simple questions. It's a 10-minute meeting. You do it daily, and it just keeps the cadence and communication across your whole team, pretty cohesive. And so again, for me as a department head, I call that meeting. Those are my guys. And do that, and again, you should be able to do that if you're a project manager running a team, to call those meetings, do them every day. And really it sets the cadence, it sets the tone, it allows people to communicate effectively. And especially across like multiple offices or multiple locations. And now if you have a team that's working at home, they're not in the office together, this will just help to increase that communication and allow your team to communicate more effectively. So I hope this helps you with running some Scrum meetings.